It's like an additive.
Well, the door just won't close with that hinge Tasteless because most of them won't be firing.
Yeah.
Against 5 and 6 range units and Liberators and stuff like that, it's just not going to work out. But Trap, I'm pretty sure, will transition out of that. He hasn't made, like, too many Adepts yet. He's continuing his upgrades, taking that 4th base, getting into the Robo.
Stim is about to finish here. I think we might actually have Terran push out right when the 4th is finishing.
I think he should wait a little bit longer, to be honest. Like,
it looks like he's going to... No, he's... Okay. He's feigning pressure here.
Like, if he waits for, like, basically these upgrades to finish, he's going to have enough supply that this composition of Trap isn't going to do much against him.
Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward thing. So this game, guys, it might look a lot more basic than it actually is. But I believe Artosis has been correct in his analysis that you basically push out when you're nearing the max out point, and you have a better army because the Phoenixes don't get a lot of utility.
Yeah, this is
the fact that he
TY is in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to have to back up. He's going to lose some medevacs, which really sucks. Oh, I guess maybe he won't. He does boost those out.
Damn!
Wow.
That was sick.
Yeah. Well, he's coming up here. He has to cancel that. No, he actually lets it finish.
Okay, that's not good. Because their Liberator's right over there.
Well, TY took minimal damage running from that, so everything is actually still completely on track. In fact, with the amount of Phoenixes that he killed off, like, this comp from Trap is...
Yeah, I think the follow-up might kill him.
Yeah.
As you can see here, this is not an army that you can run away with. Oh, wow, already delaying mining. This is going to be a great follow-up here.
Yeah, and some very good harassment actually going down here by TY. Will force some of this off. But yeah, it's actually a Colossus tech switch here for Trap, which is fine as well. Like, that's going to be... That's like a good unit for him to go into with all these Phoenixes. It always pairs well.
He needs to have something here to supplement the rest of his army. Terran is so close to maxing out. We might have one more production wave. And it also may be the case that Trap relies on counterattacking here, almost like he's a Zerg player with the Adepts and Phoenixes.
You know, if he can pull something like that off, that could end up working out for him.
I'm not sure if he's going to do it, though. He doesn't seem to be interested in setting up. He seems to want to be bulking.
Yeah, he's actually, the way he's playing this is like, he was hoping that TY would bleed into him with harassment because, like, that's Terran's harass Protoss. That's kind of how it goes a lot of the time.
Right.
But TY has just sat back and masked up. And, like, as we look closer and closer at these unit compositions, it's super TY favored. The Colossus are helping, though. They are definitely helping to clean up this composition a lot.
Okay, beginning to move out again here. Now notice he's going to push with these turrets and Widow Mines. And what is actually one of the only hard pushes you can see in this matchup. Most pushing in StarCraft 2 is soft pushing, so there's no actual structures there. And, you know, you just sort of, you can relocate the push over and over again, you know, however you see fit.
Oh, look at that. That's so annoying. Let's bring a Stalker into it.
Look at this one Stalker like tiptoeing around. Okay, and it is going to be a counterattack, it looks like. Oh, no,
he's just going to come in from a different angle here.
They came from behind.
And actually, this angle, like, TY is not completely ready, but enough Widow Mines are in here that the Adept's definitely taking a lot of splash damage.
Yeah, I don't know if he can actually get over there. In fact, this is going to have this base completely exposed. And Protoss is going to try to come in here for a possible sandwich.
Yeah, the Phoenixes come up, taking a lot of damage there, and more Widow Mines going on.
Yeah, watch how fast this dies. Okay, this game's over. Terran just won.
Yeah.
There's no way. GG. TY, you know, from A to Z, man, he knows how to play this matchup. Yeah, he really does.
He's too smart to play like that against. You actually have to go for, against TY, like, for a more balanced unit composition.
Right.
Like, exactly what Trap was doing was waiting for TY to harass. TY acknowledged this, didn't harass, and thus got a huge lead. Like, he was trying to hard counter a style of play.
Yeah,
but TY is too flexible.
This is, you know, this is really high-level play, guys. But you can learn a lot from a game like that. Okay, if you see if you see them banking Phoenixes, you just do what TY did and just outlast them. And then when you know everybody has to be weighed and measured.
Yeah.
TY has a superior army, and notice the turret crawl push he used with the Widow Mines. There's nothing that Phoenix's Adepts and Colossus can actually do against that.
Absolutely not.
He doesn't have thermal lance when he goes to that Colossus switch either, I don't think.
He did end up getting it.
Okay,
it was pretty late, but yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, Colossus are going to be a good unit in this matchup still. It is strong, but, like,
you don't have that critical mass of them.
Yeah, TY, like, just from start to finish played a nearly flawless game.
All right, guys, game number 2, Trap versus TY here at the GSL. In the upper left in the blue, our Protoss player.
Junior Green Wings, Trap.
In the bottom right, in the red.
KT Roster, TY.
And TY, it looks like he's going to go for a proxy Rex, or it might be no, it's not. I'm sorry. He's just going to do a quick scout. Saw that SCV sent out early on here.
Might just be trying to block this Nexus.
Oh, get wrecked.
This is
get wrecked.
Ooh, and that was an attempted Nexus first, so really throwing off this build order.
TY.
Yeah, to go like 18
This is where if
gate.
it's a ladder game, the guy pauses and he's like, "You're a hacker! You're hacking, and I know you're hacking, and I have more skill than you."
And I'm like, well, it's a 2-player map.
How did you know? How did you know I was going to expand? Nobody would have known.
And actually, like, some people might think this as well. And just to clarify, like, if he wasn't going for a Nexus first, the eBay just has more health, and he still has to, it still really slows him down.
Double eBay get wrecked.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Look at that.
Look at this. This is the fuggliest game I've ever seen from Protoss. This is just, oh, my God.
TY, like, really well chosen what he's gone with here. Okay. Proxy Oracle, anyone? But
there is a degree of predictability with the Proxy Oracle, too, because normally this is what Protoss have to do if this happens to them, is you don't be like, well, that's annoying. I guess I'm going to get my Nexus a little bit later.
Well, if they do something that mineral heavy early on, it means they didn't take a gas.
Yeah.
And when you don't take a gas, you're not going to have things like Widow Mines or Cyclones or anything to actually stop an Oracle. An Oracle against, like, a mineral-only opening is always really strong.
Yeah, and so this is a great response here from Trap. Trap's pretty good at thinking on his feet. Good. He actually was microing that forward the moment he saw that probe come in to get the additional 2 shots off from the Marines. So, yeah, I mean, the Oracle, as you were saying, Artosis, this might be a great play.
Yeah, it's definitely a
He just
strong
also,
branch.
he'll know it's coming, though. This is an oddly naked Protoss main. There's not a pylon up there. He's actually checking the edges.
Yeah.
Saying, wait a minute. And he's already checking. TY, why so good? Okay, now get ready. Now, if you're in a ladder game and this happens next and the Marine finds it, that's where you go, I know you're a hacker now.
But you're right. It was a perfect scout there by TY.
You Terrans have no brains anyways.
You just dropped those Widow Mines.
Yeah. So why did my mom smoke pot when she was pregnant with me? Ah! I love it. Okay. Well, right now, this is just a bad. Trap's having a bad day, guys.
Well, yeah,
Trap's
he
having a bad
certainly
time.
is.
Now this can still do a lot of damage. Okay, it's not like, G.I. Joe was not always right in saying knowing is half the battle. Sometimes it's a little bit more than that. He doesn't necessarily have all the tools at his disposal to handle this, but now that he's pulled SCVs from his expansion, I guess he should be fine.
Yeah, and look, he even pulled the mules. He's like, I am not screwing around against this. He doesn't want to actually take damage, and he's not going to actually take damage. A little bit of lost mining time, that's about it. Still, it's an okay opening for Trap. Don't get me wrong, like, he has an Oracle. It doesn't have to do very much. And in fact, he's even grabbing a second to see if he can, make something happen here. And a couple Oracles early in Legacy of the Void, professional play in Korea, we saw that a lot. You can get a lot of stasis wards, do a lot of scouting, still pick off some SCVs. Trap is okay, but TY is playing, like, exactly right. So we'll see how much he actually gets done with the Oracles.
Yeah, as you can see, actually the Oracle runs out of energy. That was pretty funny. He's like, finally, at last. And then he just clicks on the SCV, and it just only does the move command.
Yep. And then he gets the extra hits. It's like, oh.
All right, well, I will say, though, that Trap, I think, handled this as well as he possibly could, considering that TY is a hacker. No, but TY did have a good read on what Protoss is going to do here.
Yeah, and I think tonight he's really showing as well. Like, I've had a strong opinion for a bit now that TY's Zest and Dark are the best in the world right now for their races.
Yeah.
Like, by a good margin. And I think TY is showing this, like, not only are all his plays crisp and everything, like, every reaction we've seen is just, like, brilliant, you know?
Yeah, well, it's like, you don't normally see games this sorted out early on in an expansion. Like, TY almost looks like he's a time traveler.
Yeah.
Like, he's from 2018, and he's like, no, this is what you do.
I used to always have those dreams. Like, oh, man, like, I'm practicing Brood War every day. It's like 2005 or something.
No,
I'm like, I wish I could travel
back to LA and Koreatown, okay? Like 2003, okay? Tasteless comes out of there.
Send me to Korea in 1998, man. Win everything for years.
That's right. Guillaume is like the other best foreigner, but nowhere near as good as you. He becomes the yellow of the foreigners for that time. Oh, yeah, no. If we ever get a time machine, you and me are going back, Artosis, okay? It's you and me in the finals every
only
time.
2 seats,
We're
man.
the greatest 2-on-2 team ever.
We're not going to kill Hitler either. We're going back
to win all the Brood War tournaments. And after we won everything, we then decided to cast it, and we were already so funny and with it and articulate. Then StarCraft 2 comes out. Well, hold on, don't worry. We'll cast and win that, all right?
But the thing is, at that point, we become very depressed because how can you top what we've already done with our lives this time travel? Well, that's when we have to travel way back in time and show the cavemen fire.
Well, no. Here's what we have to do. Is then we have to travel. Once we've done all that, we have to travel into the future and stop anybody else from knowing about time travel so we don't get exposed as time-traveling frauds.
But then we cease to exist on that timeline.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
This is quite a conundrum we're in.
Yes, this is.
We'll have to travel way into the future where they have that figured out.
Yeah, way into the future. I'm like, all right, we need to get, parallel universes created here.
Yeah.
Okay. We end up like that guy in The Prestige who's just killing himself just for himself to do the trick.
The Prestige?
You never saw that movie?
I don't think I did.
I just spoiled the end of that movie. The movie with the magicians.
Yeah,
They're these two magicians, and they keep outdoing each other. And it's a great movie. You should actually see it.
Oh, wait, did it have, it had, a really good actor, either Edward Norton or,
No. There was another one. It was
Christian
one of those movies
Bale?
that came out at the same time. It had Christian Bale, and it had Hugh Jackman.
Okay, actually, I think I did see that, yeah. I forget. It was, so long ago. Anyways, we do have an attack coming out here. I don't think it's going to really do too much for TY.
Well, let's see, actually. He's going to be able to take out these pylons at the front, and TY's already harassing over here at the third. This army can't actually get out of here, by the way.
And he actually has a Liberator going to the main base as well. Look at this.
Look at this.
This is the beauty of TY. He knows this frontal attack shouldn't do too much, but he's sending enough around, the 2 Liberators at the same time as well. It's awesome. It's like we used to see people do this with medevacs with Marines, but the Liberator is a hell of a lot cheaper and a hell of a lot easier to set this up with.
Yeah, very true. Terran goes ahead and withdraws, having done the damage necessary. He also gunned down an observer there. There was a lot of little things that happened back there. TY playing just very well tonight.
Yeah.
I will say something, guys, and I think some of you might end up disagreeing with me, but today might be one of the most educational days for Legacy of the Void that we've had. If you really want to learn how this game works, and you need to understand builds to copy and the modes of thought to engage to come out victorious, today's actually a great day to do that, because these games are really good, and
you're 100% right. We've had so many days where it's a lot of exciting stuff happens and we yell and scream and it's so fun like that, but today is much more just okay, watch why this guy is better and look at his decisions because they're brilliant, and look at these counter decisions. Oh, these are good, but this, definitely it's a very educational day here with TY, and in fact, really all the players are kind of showing us a lot that you can learn off of.
All right, well, TY cleans that up, no problem. The game moves on now. We're getting into the part where it's more of the late game. Players maxing out, unit comps being completed. And Trap is taking the bottom left. I'm not sure what the right way for Terran to play is from here. It is important to note the bottom left is remarkably farther away than the rest of the expansions on there, so it is subject to Liberator harass.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. He does have another Liberator going towards that main base. I like that he continues to harass the main base. The mineral patches start really clumping up there at the end, so... and, you know, some of them are still alive, and it's going to be a place that you watch less and less as trap. So there's a lot of good reasons for him to continue to harass there, even though it's not as significant a base.
Yeah.
Still, you get like 5 probe kills and force him to do something to remove that Liberator. That's going to be a very positive experience for you.
I like how you put it that way. It's going to be a positive experience for you.
It's going to be
like you're going to be ahead. That's going to set up a win. It's going to
when you have your
you're going
pros
to
and
feel
cons,
good. You're going to look good. Okay, go with this build.
it.
We guarantee it.
Oh, nice little stasis ward right there, actually, by Trap. Like that a lot.
Okay, a little bit of a hiccup here in the push for TY. He'll have to wait for that that stun to expire before he moves out any further. This does open up Storm for defensive capabilities in this game.
And I want to mention something here, Tasteless.
Mention away, Tosis.
I think that this game is going to go like really long. I don't know how they're going to be able to kill each other at this point. Like, the map's pretty big. It's going to be a very difficult thing to do.
Good connect.
Indeed.
Luckily, he had full shields on all those.
Yeah, like, both of them are in good enough shape that they shouldn't really be able to kill each other. Like, I guess someone could technically get out of position.
Well, if that is the case and they can't quite kill each other, it's going to come down to the 5th bases and how well they can poke each other.
And look at this. TY teching up right now to Liberator range. So that is absolutely a way, especially in this matchup above all others, to end up winning. Like, that's your super late game tech as a Terran here.
Oop, a little bit overstepping there. This army should go down.
Get some nice pickoffs.
And there's just not much that he can do about that right now. Meanwhile, an attack over here, he is going into Liberators, an unwise move if he tries to continue on that route.
Yeah, and he actually throws up Stargates now, too. It looks like he's realized, okay, I actually can't kill TY here.
Yeah, he's going to have to go into Tempest and start pressuring the Liberators into relocating.
TY, on the other hand, you know, the late game tech that he wants is that Liberator range.
By the way, a bold move here by TY to take the gold. I think he actually can just hold this, though, right? I mean, he has Liberators.
Yeah, if he puts, like, Liberators stopping the Stalkers from shooting up the hill, that's basically, like, you know, it's completely defended.
Big drop coming up here, and Protoss is almost maxed out, so the Army's going to have to actually go back all the way.
Ooh, that could be rough. He does have a few weapons, and actually randomly has an Immortal here, so I guess this will work out just fine.
Yeah, what's the story with that Immortal? I don't know.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
Well, he's not going to give up on pushing in here. And actually, getting the Robo Bay is pretty huge. Does he see the Stargates warping in?
Yeah, I think he did see him. He was close enough. In fact, that's the Fleet Beacon building, so he saw that.
Okay.
He realizes the tech switch that's going on. I do expect to see some more Stargates coming up for TY very, very shortly here if he doesn't finish him.
TY is going to start leapfrogging Liberators. Nice job. Guns down the Warp Prism. Will he try to make a beeline to the bottom left? I guess not. He backs up and regroups.
Well, you know, his Liberator range is going to be done, that Pea Shooter, pretty soon here, making quite a few of these. And he knows that Tempests are going to be on the way, and Tempests really are the main counter against this type of strategy. So wouldn't be surprised if TY really turns on the pressure as this upgrade finishes.
Another nice tagging there. Oh, I'm sorry. He actually didn't tag any of that.
Oh, no, he got him.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What am I saying? Okay.
Trust yourself, Tasteless. You're right the first time.
That's right. That's
Every time.
He's dropping now, continuing to stim in here. He's trying to pry open the Protoss' defenses at the closer to the center here by actually having good pressure up here at the top. Oddly enough, the Tempest is going to be quite handy in holding this off. Not very decisive on what buildings he wants to kill there.
Slowly but surely trying to pick away at this. I mean, those are solid kills, killing some of these tech buildings. This is not a very important army for TY that's up there. It's a small amount of his supply. And we actually have a counterattack coming up from Trap. Absolutely going to get 0 done.
Yeah, no way with Planetary and Liberators, man. I don't think so.
He's out of position up now that this attack from TY going towards the bottom left definitely has potential to do a lot of damage. Ooh, great side storms.
Good storms. Wow. Well, again, I mean, You know, you were saying this should go to the late game, and I really did not disagree, but I think he actually just outmaneuvered him. Fancy footwork here from TY.
Yeah.
I guess, okay, never mind. He actually saves the base. Never mind.
He does.
But I still, though, I think TY is kind of just in his opponent's face a bit more. He's taking the upper right base. Now, there are ways for Protoss to contest that, but the fact that TY is sitting on the gold for this much longer, he just has more money at his disposal, and I don't see an easy next expand here for for Trap that TY can't exploit just due to the geography of the map.
Yeah, and then, well, TY taking this extra base up here, definitely keeping his economy really where it should be. Pushing forward now. He does have that Liberator range, so this is getting harder and harder for him to actually engage in. Yeah, you can't even come close to getting up their side storms. You have to use the Tempest here. You have a Ghost Academy on the way, by the way.
Handy Liberator coming down there. Going to be able to harass that key base at the bottom. Looks like TY a little bit. Oh, no, he's not too preoccupied. Forgot he has that range there. So,
simply have to send a Tempest down there. It's the only way to deal with it.
Yeah, you saw him. He just blinks in there, and he's like, oh, my God.
Wow, that range is crazy.
That's quite good. No wonder getting that. And I'm a little bit worried because I don't feel like Trap can actually do much of anything, you know?
Yeah, he needs to get the right composition here, which is going to involve quite a few Tempests. But TY is actually right now adding in some Ravens, and Point Defense Drone is really, really good against slow shooting Tempests.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Looks like he tried to actually gun down that Archon. Archon's still alive.
No.
Not anymore. 2 Widowmine hits later. Oh, feedback time. Is he watching the mini-map? Please drop that. And again, another attack over here. TY just kind of everywhere this game, you know?
Getting favorable trades as well a lot of the time. Not, I guess right here starts to go a little bit less favorable, but
he's kind of godlike, Artosis.
Yeah, quite literally.
He's a bit god mode.
And I don't know how much he cares. Probably not too much.
Yeah.
Probably quite based, in fact.
Oh, yeah. Most certainly so. And, well, Stray Stalkers definitely had to blink out of there. You know, right now, TY is just a tough nut to crack.
Yeah, well, not only can he not be cracked, he's cracking everywhere at once. He's like a team of otters.
Yes, yes. Well, it looks like Trap going to go for an attempted technical win here by actually going into the main and parking on top of production. I don't feel like this is going to fare very well.
I'm okay with him trying it just because he's being peeled apart at home.
Oh, getting these Templars there. Pretty big plays. Now the Point Defense Drone's coming up here. Nullifying the advantage the Tempests give this army as a way to pick and choose battles.
Yeah, and he actually, like, okay, he does actually shift his Adepts in.
He's on top of Liberators, man.
Yeah. His Adepts are not worth a whole lot right now. And his production is very, very small. I think he's just going to have to GG from here, too.
Yeah, that's it. GG. TY has done it. 4 wins in a row gets him out, moving on to the round of 16. And let me tell you something, guys. This guy might win the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's looking so perfect, so refined. We really don't have anybody, even Zest, even Dark, we just don't have anybody quite this perfect.
Yeah, no, I think that, well, I would disagree on the Zest thing. I think Zest and TY are just like it right now.
They're really good, man.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty scary stuff. I mean, you can't say anything negative about TY's play.
No, I mean,
easy games, easy life.
Yeah, I mean, TY played such a perfect game that really there was not much that Trap could do. It was, like we were saying, it was like he was a time traveler, man. Like he came here from the future.
His understanding is superior, without doubt.
전태양 선수 만나보겠습니다. 축하드립니다.
네, 감사합니다.
All right, the interview with the player who won all his games tonight, TY. He says thank you.
경기력을 나타내는 것 같아요. 소감 어떠세요?
사실 이렇게 쉽게 올라가게 될 줄 몰랐는데 저도 굉장히 놀랐고요.
I didn't expect to advance this easily. I'm surprised with myself.
내내 들었던 것 같아요.
I'm playing well recently.
정말 그 생각이 들었는데 굉장히 움직임이 가벼웠습니다.
And that thought went through my mind when I won all my sets.
굉장히 어땠어요? 이렇게 쉽게 될 거라고 생각하셨어요?
제가 성우 경기를 봤는데 성우가 되게
You should expect
깔끔하게
yourself to
이기는
advance this easily
힘들겠다
tonight.
생각을 했는데
네.
아무래도 방송 경기다 보니까
Well, I watched Trap's matches while waiting, so because they were great, I thought it would be a difficult match against him.
네. 요즘
Since I am a more experienced player, though, on broadcast matches, I thought I'd still win. And everything really went well for me.
찍으면서 준비를 했어요.
And I'm a literal
참
god.
센스가 있었던 것 같은데 그때 상황을 좀 얘기해 주세요.
사실 제가 상대 빌드를 모르고 있었는데 제
네.
사신 정찰 가는 경로에 프로브가 한 마리 내려오는 거예요. 그래가지고
네.
멀티
I didn't know about Trap's build,
지으려는구나 하고 싶어서
But when I went to his base,
트리플이다 생각을 해서 그때부터 좀 안정적으로
I was able to scout out he was going for an expansion.
그렇군요. 참 2세트에서도
And I knew it would be a
바로 시작하자마자
kind of like
전태현
Phoenix
선수에게
all in,
수비가
so I just got
길지
defensive there.
않았나 생각이 듭니다. 공항 연구소 러시부터 해서 되게 재밌었어요.
네.
어땠어요?
사실 빌드를 안
Played a lot of
근데
exciting
매번
matches
봤는데 좀 멀기도 한데 사신 쓰기 너무 안 좋은 것 같아서 이걸 어떻게 할까 계속 생각을 하다가 제가 엠베러시를
We spawned in a
러시를
far distance, so it'd be hard for me to scout out his
네,
build.
그 뒤에 우건마저 어떻게 그렇게 또 잘 찾는지.
So that's why I went for the rush.
그거는 제가 정찰 갔는데
네.
이 타임에 분명 수정탑이 2개 건설이 되어야 되는데 1개밖에 없네요. 그래서
When I went to his
뭐지?
base,
생각을 했어요. 근데
네.
아무래도
There should have been 2 pylons, but there's only 1.
정찰을 했더니
So-
거기에 있더라고요.
네, 그때부터 약간
I was able to find out his build easily from that.
네.
생각이 들었죠.
그때부터
And I just scouted for his proxy buildings.
올라갈 거라고 생각을 했어요.
네, 오늘 저그전에서도 역시 가벼운 움직임이었습니다. 특히 2세트 안티 뮤탈로
He also did well against the Zerg player
기대 조합 플레이처럼 참 전태양 선수의 경기들을
In
보면
the second set, you were able to defend against his
이
Mutalisks
단단한
and
운영을
with your Marines and
보여주는
Mines.
화려한 견제에도 참 힘이 되는데 전태양 선수에게 그 해방선이랑 뭔가요?
제가 군단의 심장 때는
What does the Liberator mean to you?
굉장히
Wow, that's deep.
애를 먹었는데
네.
이번에 좀
It's my first, my last,
너무
my
좋은
everything.
유닛이 생겨서 같이, 사막 위에서 물을 만난
I'm
것이
very
너무
thankful
행복했어요.
that Blizzard made a
어,
great unit for
행복하다.
Terrans,
또 가장
so I love
좋아하는
that new unit.
유닛인가요?
네네 지금
It helps me win a lot.
여태까지 제가 게임하면서
Yeah, I would say so.
플레이했던 기간 중에 가장
Yeah,
마음에
he seems to be onto something there.
네, 그런 유닛을 만나서 그런지
I
또
think that's
열심히 또 노력을
my
한
favorite
결과
unit throughout my
요즘
entire StarCraft
경기력이
career,
정말 완벽합니다.
which means he likes more than the
너무
Vulture.
어려워요.
Wow.
which is a strong statement from any
근데
StarCraft 1
아무래도
Terran.
계속 이기다 보니까 경기에서 더 잘 풀리는 것 같고 제가 더 상대보다 우위에 있다는 그런 자신감으로 밀어붙여가지고
Since I'm winning a lot lately, I play more confidently in the booth, and that helps me to play even better.
이 공허의 유산에서 이 군단의 심장 커리어적인 면에서 아쉬움을 확실하게 날려버리겠다 딱 생각하고 계실 것 같은데 어떠세요?
In Legacy of the Void, you might
아무래도
finally
지금
get a
제가
championship. How do you feel about that?
얼마 만에 온 기회인지 모르겠는데 게임을 하면서 굉장히 오랜만에 좀
This season
좋은
is a great
기세를
opportunity.
등지고 있는데
네.
제가 꼭
It's been a long time since I've gone highly into a
할
tournament.
수 있도록 열심히 해야 될 것 같아요.
네. 어느 때보다 좀 기분이 달라요?
I'll have to do my best to
지금까지는
do well for my next
예전에
match.
연습 때는 되게
네.
못했는데 요즘은 좀 해방선이 생기면서 많이 연습 때도 승률이 좋게 나와가지고 충분히 우승까지
After
할 수 있을 거라고 생각하고 있어요.
the Liberator came out,
자,
I've been
이제
doing well in the
조지명
practice
식도
house,
처음이거든요.
and my win rate in the
저번에는
practice
기회를
house
받지
is
않아서
higher than it's
참가를
ever been.
못했었는데 이제 어떤 모습 보여주겠습니다. 말씀을 해주시죠.
일단
Your final comments for the fans?
지금 상태로는 누구를 만나도 충분히 이길 수 있을 거라는 자신감이 있어서
I'm confident I can win against
누굴
anyone right now.
만나든지 이렇게 좀 제가 여태까지
So I don't really know
여태까지
or care who I'll
당해왔던
face the next
선수들한테
round.
좀 복수를 하고 싶어요.
네, 알겠습니다.
If I do as well as I've done till now, I think I'll do well.
공허의 유산 기대감 낳고 있는 전태양 선수 그 복수전 또 기대를 해보도록 하겠습니다. 축하드립니다.
네, 감사합니다.
네, 자 그럼
Alright.
이어서 바로
Alrighty.
공허의 유산 일반판
There is our interview. He is
축하드리겠습니다.
just
번호
too good to ace.
He is, man. Really exciting to see him move on. We are going to go to a short break. When we come back, we're going to start eliminating players from today's group. So we'll see you in just a few minutes.
In the past, I've been a fool. It's the truth I've lived through. All I know is I must keep you by my side, keep you by
to V. It's yours. Yeah, and right now we want y'all to move back.
언제나 있는 그대로의 맑고 깨끗함을 지켜가라고. 겨울을 잊은 강물이 내게 말했다. 맑고 깨끗한 칠성사이다.
We are hope.
We are honor.
We are courage.
We are justice.
We are compassion. We are determination.
We are harmony. We are Overwatch.
안녕하세요. 달이 빛나는 밤의 문규리입니다. 이번에 소개해드릴 노래는 앤디 미네오의 2집에 수록된 벤데타라는 노래입니다. 사실 앤디는 크리스찬 래퍼지만 데뷔 앨범부터 참 놀라운 음악성을 인정받으면서 교회를 넘어서 대중적인 사랑과 인기를 받았는데요. 이번 앨범의 경우에도 더욱더 일반적인 크리스찬 래퍼의 음악이라기보다는 본연의 이야기에 초점을 맞추고 있습니다. 성장통을 겪고 있는 자신의 이야기에 피하지 않고 마주하면서 더 자라나고 싶다는 그런 메시지를 던지는데요. 재즈풍의 인트로 피아노와 브라스 사이로 치고 들어오는 그의 목소리가 무척 카리스마 있게 느껴집니다. 사실 여담이지만 크리스찬 힙합이라는 건 참 아이러니한 장르인데요. 교회가 힙합을 받아들일 수 있느냐? 아니면 힙합이 교회를 받아들일 수 있느냐? 이 문제 역시 간단하지 않은 것 같죠? 여러 가지를 생각하게 하는 노래이기도 합니다. 화제 속에 있는 이 노래, 앤디 미네오의 벤데타 함께 들어보시죠.
I told you so. I told you we are the ones. Yeah, 'cause Pac did a lot more for me than Barack. Salute. La da 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 da. Afraid to lose everything we got. Nah, 'cause all we really got is our word. Word. The pen is greater than the sword. La da 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 da. By the people, for the people. Seem like you only look out for your sort of people. I look around, it's more evil. Gotta see it in me. You see, every day we closer to that funeral. Every day a struggle, but the struggle's still beautiful. And doctors don't got patience for their patients, so they just send them to that pharmaceutical. We tell them that they need drugs, but I know that they need love. I ain't scared of that war, the violence. The thing I'm more terrified of is I wanna snatch my generation out of this apathy. Gotta do that now for this voice grow out of reach. And what we feeding people, that's a tragedy. So what you want, the chemicals or calories? Nobody taught us how to eat. Mama gone working 60-hour weeks. What's for dinner? Well, what's quicker and cheap? You got remote pants, you'll be raised by the TV. My mama worked the night shift, still made it out to every single game. Well, my father said at home, I promise when I have my own that we will never be the same. Vendetta. Look, I told you so. I told you. Told you. We are the ones. We are the ones. Yeah, 'cause Pac did a lot more for me than Barack. That's look. La 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 la. just a Mr. or Mrs. Government official. We just won't listen. You can't relate to how we live in from where you're sitting. That's why the artist got more influence than the politician. It's my generation. We know the news never tell the truth, so we go to Twitter for our information. It's so fast, y'all seem slow to us. By the time you print it tomorrow, it's old to us. We are the ones that you used to be. Brave idealists with a dream who ain't corrupted by the cream yet. This pen is not for sale. They nickel and diamond. We still throwing quarters in a wishing well. And I know you can't imagine losing the lifestyle that you're so used to having. And yo, we still make decisions for the fact that they're awesome, not just for the profit margin. Hold up, how I'm talking. I got excess, others got need. I gotta answer to God for all of these sneaks. I got 100 pairs, but only 2 feet. God forgive me, y'all been thinking about me. We point fingers at people who sin different, skin different, but the same color we bleed. You wanna know the real problem in America? Always has been and it always will be me. If you had any other answer, you've been deceived. We've been looking for salvation and education, money, leaders, and policies, but we got a bigger need. We got a sin that we inherited. We divide ourselves by class, skin, color, and our heritage. Will I create a bankrupt to heaven so that we can all be there with us, brothers and sisters? I told you so. I told you. We are the ones. Yeah, 'cause Pac did a lot more for me than Barack. Salute. La 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 la. Not afraid to lose everything we got. Nah, 'cause all we really got is word, word, word. The pen is greater than the sword. La 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 la.
Hot 6 GSL Season 1 Quarters.
All right, we're back at the GSL Code S. It's time for Departure versus Super. One of these two players is going to go home, no longer part of the GSL Code S story.
Yes, indeed. Who will it be? I think it might be Super. You know, Departure's playing some really strong ZVPs lately. He's getting a lot of
Oh, you think it's going to be Super that's going to go on?
No, I think Departure's going to be. It's going to be Super that goes home.
I think you're correct. I think Super. I'm not sure what the flaw is in the training or just the you know, the ceiling on maybe where the talent is in him, but it seems like Departure is developing rapidly. He's a player that is evolving. It's been identified by his team. They're grooming him to be the very best of the best.
Yeah.
Super's kind of like the extra in Star Trek, okay?
Yeah, that is like, what he is.
It's like he's gonna get killed first by the aliens, and we're gonna be like, oh my gosh! And then all the main characters like TY and Departure are going to escape on into the round of 16 because we can't have a story without Captain Picard. You know?
Yeah, I mean this is kind of the role he's designated to, right? There's like 60 active Korean pros that are like you can name basically. Where does he rank? Like 40th or something?
I'd say so. All right, going into our game in the upper right in the blue, our Zerg player.
MVP 치킨마루
And
Departure.
the thing is also, like, if you're that good, you absolutely can take games off of everyone and upset them in a series. But
Right.
like when they are in 100% concentration prepared mode, it's a lot harder.
In the bottom left, in the red.
Africa Prix Super.
It's like people practicing all day on the ladder, like you're going to pick up a lot more wins against
Right.
these guys. But like when you got TY and he's like, I will win this no matter what, it becomes like a very high mountain to try to climb. But anyways, we'll see how Super does here.
Already going for a pressure build. This is one of the older builds we've seen in Legacy. I don't know how good it is now, because it kind of got phased out. But like in all games, a lot of times they make a few changes, and people suddenly, I think crassly and impulsively, will dismiss a unit or a build as like, well, they nerfed that, so now we can never use it again.
Sometimes.
Ever. We can't make them because we took off some damage here. But I think, in truth, actually, this build might still have a lot of merit.
This time it definitely will have merit, right? Because we have double hatch before pool, and then we have
Right.
the gas and a drone before the pool. So this is about as greedy as you can even get as Zerg. And to have those two gateways right off the bat, he is absolutely going to put on some really strong pressure with this.
Yeah, surely Super laughing in his heart right now, seeing the build.
This is what he was looking
Yeah,
for, exactly. Like,
I mean, this might be good if they went full first even, but the fact that they're doing this now, it's like, well, okay,
Yeah.
this is definitely something that should, this is Rock beating Scissors here.
They'll be there before the queens are out, so that just makes it a lot harder. And the mobility of the adepts definitely is going to allow them some real damage. So
it's important to note that this is going to be, oh, wow, it's not. Okay. I thought it was going to be 2 adepts and then an Nexus. He sent a probe down there, but I think he looked at this and said, you know what? It's not going to be that. I expected two double
Nexuses.
expand because of the probe.
Yeah.
But he's so far just going to keep making adepts. I think he wants to really try to snowball this.
See how many kills he can actually get here. If you do take that extra Nexus, things can get a little tough, but with that pylon placement, you could be right. He might be going for a really fast third Nexus.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Already doing a good amount of damage to these drones. And, of course, the Lings are coming out slow enough. He's just going to try to get as many more kills as he can.
Look, he's doing a good job so far.
Oh,
4
nice
kills.
cancel.
4 kills, and he's killed 4 Lings as well.
5 now.
Yeah. And luckily, the Queen will end up killing one of these.
And that's just going to phase right over there. Where do the other 2? Oh,
They're right there. And yeah, now with 3 here, well, I mean, he's getting more and more Lings. He does have some Queens.
And you got to be careful because Zergs do counterattack, and it works a lot with this. Okay, so he's going to chill out now.
And look at this. He's actually going into Glaives behind this as well. So
yeah, I think that's a good play.
Yeah, if you're going to put this much pressure on, force a bunch of Zerglings out for defensive measures, and kill a decent amount of drones, once you have your Glaives, it's just going to get more and more powerful.
Now the Lings are going to come in here and try to get us around. He's going to have to activate the Shade. Oh, can't afford to lose the depths here. Now, Departure, not overextending, decides to back up the moment he realizes, okay, I can't get too many more kills without him out microing me. And good job by him trading wisely. We're going to see if we have another gateway explosion coming up here. And in fact, it's not. It's going to be the Nexus.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Zerglings being created right now.
Won't he just lose the third base? Am I wrong about this?
I think he has enough adepts right now that he does not lose it to that. But with this Roach-Horn being started, if he gets some Ravagers with that as well, maybe he can bust it.
I think he busts it. Now, we haven't had the Nexus made just yet, so that's important to know. Okay, now it's started. He's been flirting with that idea for a while now, but hasn't actually happened just yet.
Still a lot of pressure going on. This is a nice little move to have this group of Speedlings do a counterattack, pulling off some pylons.
And it looks like, well, okay, hold on. He's going to go for these drones here.
And look at that. This is like a lot of damage. Super's doing a great job so far this game with this pressure.
Yeah, I mean, we've been critical of him, but I'll tell you what, he's delivering this time.
Yeah, his choice of strategy here definitely is very, very strong. And we'll see. This is a lot of Zerglings coming after him right now.
Okay, now how many kills can he get before they actually manage to shade away?
Maybe
and I'd
3.
say a pretty decent amount, actually. These are all pretty bruised as well. Notice he actually sent some of the Lings down here. Okay, I think a counterattack might just kill Super.
It might. He did have Roaches on the way, more Lings as well. But, you know, he does have a decent amount of Adepts here with the Resonating Glaives done, so the Zerglings have lost a lot of value here. And if he backs up, he doesn't have his Mothership Core, right? Or does he have it?
That's a good question. I wasn't looking for that.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention.
We got caught up a little bit in that Adept harass. I think the answer is no.
I think the answer is no also.
I don't remember seeing one here.
Because a Mothership Core could be very
We a lot of times
crucial.
aren't looking for that because it used to be there was always a Mothership Core every time, and now we have these funny builds that are tweaked a little bit. But the timing coming here from Zerg is something we really got to watch for because not only is this expansion here, but Gateway's over here at the front as well. So if he loses the third base, he effectively loses the game.
Now, okay, this is kind of cool. Super is following up right now with Blink and +1 attack. So, and okay, he just now starts his Mothership Core. So that's just a little bit late against this.
So here's what he wants to do. If he actually holds this off, he masses Stalkers and then does his own counterattack.
Exactly.
I'm a little bit worried, though, Artosis.
Yeah.
The Roaches are coming down. There's 20 more Lings being made, and now Ravengers here for the Roaches.
And he only gets 1 overcharge during this. Like, the Mothership Core just popped out.
And Corrosive Bile will just destroy that pylon.
Yes.
Like in the blink of an eye.
But you know what? He's going to have Blink pretty quickly here. He's actually getting an Immortal, which is going to be really fantastic. I believe he just warped in a few Sentries and Zealots as well. He might be able to hold this.
Let's see. Now, again, he's only going to have time for 1. He's coming up now. The Immortal's out here.
All right, he does throw down that Photon Overcharge.
Oh my God, and the Surround is sick!
Oh, that was just fantastic on the Corrosive Biles.
Beautiful. Getting the Lings over there, that's how you want to really utilize Corrosive Bile.
Yeah.
There's still a remainder of Protoss units, though. 20 more Lings being manufactured.
Yeah, look at this. He's continuing to push forward here. He's dropping those Corrosive Biles as well. Actually hitting quite a few of them. No micro there from Super whatsoever. He pulls up his probes now to try to hold on as well. Don't forget, Zerg very low on drones, only 34, so he doesn't really have any transition if he doesn't get a ton of damage done.
Okay, he needs to back up with these Ravagers. Blink is coming in now. The Lings get here just in the nick of time.
Yeah, and it looks like actually Super will just hold this.
That's
GG.
it. GG. Departure taps out. Hey,
Very
you
well
know
done.
what? Great job, Super.
Yeah.
That was a really good game.
Yeah,
I really, I think we all underestimated him, but he picked a good build. I think the build a little bit hard countered what Zerg was doing.
Yeah.
That was like the dream, right? You go for quick Adepts, and they have 2 hatches, even got a few drones before the pull in the gas.
Totally.
That's the dream, friends.
And yeah, just the fact that he made all those, like if this was a more normal build, like, well, the thing is that is somewhat normal. Like double hash before pool is not uncommon.
Right.
You know, Protosses are not doing things like 2-gate Adept to open much anymore. So to catch him like that, it's a good win. And he followed through with everything really, really well. Kept up great pressure, great harassment.
You know, for Legacy,
teched up well.
For Legacy of the Void, yeah, that's an anachronistic build. That was one of the initial builds we saw coming out of Protoss. And I got to say, I think it was a well-selected choice. Going into game number 2 now, let's see if Departure can shift gears now and adapt to Super's potentially aggressive play here.
Yeah, you know, I think that Departure can come back and play a good series here still. He had a terrible first game against TY and then brought it together in game 2 for a much better experience. And I think he can definitely do that against Super.
It's time, guys. Game number 2, Departure versus Super. One of these 2 players is about to be knocked out of the GSL. In the bottom left, in the blue, our Zerg player.
MVP 치킨 마루 Departure.
Whoa.
PP.
Whoa, just sucking all the air out of the room. Okay.
I think it's a sound issue, maybe.
Oh, I bet it is.
Well, look at him play with that. Well, okay. Does have a couple.
Now we use the documentary voice.
Has a couple wrist guards on right now.
Waiting patiently for his opponent to unpause the game.
Lining up for this putt.
Yeah.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yeah. Beautiful play. Beautiful play.
Yeah. I think he's going to use the 5 wood here. The 5.
Not as windy as it
Adept.
was in the last tournament over the Trump Golf Course, Florida.
Trump Golf Course. Did you hear this stuff about Drumpf? Isn't that crazy?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Trump's actual last name apparently used to be Drumpf, and he changed it.
Well, I would too, man. That last name sucks.
Yeah.
This is where I'm like, so much passion. I'd change my name to Nick Tasteless Esports.
With a capital S? They're like, no, sir, you can't.
You can't do that,
You
sir.
can't just choose what's Cap.
Yeah. You
It's
also
like, I changed the Cap.
You
My
can't
name is
have Kappa as a last name, okay? Okay.
If anyone had Cap as last name, it would be Nathanius.
Oh, it would be. If anybody had a Kappa tattooed on their calf, it would be Nathanius as well.
Oh my God.
So, you know, when one of your friends like, check out my tattoo, and you got to be like, oh, it's cool. Oh, no, that's really cool. That really looks good on you. That's going to be on you for the rest of your life. Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. Now, back into this game here. Super mixing it up like any good player would. Going for a quick Nexus here.
Yeah. Nexus first against the double hatch before pool. It's good that he has skipped the double gate adept opening here. If they are cross spawns, then you get in a lot of trouble because it's just so far away. So, good opening by both, as greedy as they can get. You know me, Tastes. I love greed.
Do love greed.
If I was like the ghost of Christmas Past, I would go back to Ebenezer Scrooge, and I'd just like sit down and talk to them. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I mean, you're doing your life right, man.
Yeah. Like, you know who Tiny Tim is? A socialist.
I'm like, look, you pay a competitive enough wage that he works for you, so.
Yeah. It's called trickle-down economics, and it really, really, really works. Okay, so we have the Cybernetics core coming here. A little wall in here at the front. It's cross spots, which Zerg tend to love.
Yeah. Double gateway. It helps with the wall off. Could definitely go for a couple of depths to kind of push in and get scouting done. You know, maybe a little tiny amount of damage, but don't expect very much.
You get a lot of utility with an Adept. It's a lot like a Reaper in some ways, except that it actually parlays into late game really well.
Yeah, it is like a Protoss Reaper. Absolutely.
So we're going to see just droning up for the time being. Again, guys, the winner of this match does go against Trap. Almost said Trump. I mean Trap. And we'll have to see what happens there. Trap is certainly the favorite out of the remaining 3 players to escape the round of 32 and move on into the round of 16.
Mm-hmm. You know, if Departure's knocked out here, that's only, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're already over halfway through. Today was like the second half of the round of 32, and we only have 1 Zerg through so far. So if Departure doesn't make it today, we're getting a little bit slim here on Zergs.
Zergs seem to just recently be having a little bit of a tougher time.
That's right. Some of our best Zergs, like Solar and Dark, haven't played yet. So,
very true.
You know, players like them are much more likely to get in than someone like Departure, who's, you know, it's his first GSL. You can't expect like the world of him right off the bat.
Well, I mean, we've had a lot of interviews with pro gamers, and a lot of them state that, I mean, it's very overwhelming being in a GSL. I mean, this is the StarCraft 2 tournament, so it's like, you know, it's a lot of pressure. It feels a little bit weird. There's a lot of eyeballs on you. You know, you're being interviewed constantly. We have cameras on you even during the breaks, so people can see. You know, how does this guy even prepare? Is he mostly at the PC? Is he talking to his coach? Is he alone? Is he maybe splashing water on his face in the bathroom? I mean, that's what we're going to do in the next season, guys. We're going to have cameras in the bathroom. It's going to be really invasive. No, but seriously, like, you know, it's a pretty intense thing. A lot of these guys, they get their primary experience in professional gaming at Pro League, and that's a different environment, man. That's one thing where it's like, you know, you have so many of your teammates down there. You kind of blend in with the crowd. You only have 1 game.
Yeah, and here you can have up to 9, so
that's true.
That's quite a few. By the way, we actually have a lot of Zerglings coming out of Departure here, and he shouldn't really be able to get anything done.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Or maybe he does get something done. Or maybe not still, yeah. I didn't think so. I was like, wait a minute. If those Adepts were flushed against the pylons, this would be much, much worse for our Zerg player here.
Well, he's going to come up here again.
He's going to, I guess he'll get the sentries, but he's
not getting a lot of value out of hitting it at that angle.
No.
That was really weird. I actually was holding my breath during that because I thought maybe I was going to learn something kind of incredible. Like, we just don't see Zergs making enough lings. But, I mean, this has sort of been a problem that was solved by Protoss a long time ago with the Sentry, a.k.a. the map-making unit.
Yeah, map editor robot.
Yeah, map editor robot. Thank you. You could pretty much Tetris your way to victory using that.
And truthfully, like, Super was not technically positioned right with his Adepts. That would have been, like, even much worse. He wouldn't have lost a Sentry if his Adepts were all against the pylons. And so this was, like, kind of a risky move. And, you know, he doesn't have as many drones as quickly as he could have had them. He has droned up to a very good amount now, 66. It's great for 3 base. Perfect. But,
okay, here we go. Now, is this an overextension?
Well,
okay, gets the queen.
Yeah, I'm
Super
kind of
off to
liking
a
what I'm
great start.
seeing. Look at that, he does cancel it. The wings come back.
Good placement in between the gases here. Oh, no, wait a minute. They actually can get around. I thought he had a clean block there.
He's getting a lot of damage done once again with these glaives. Look at that, how many lings he actually killed.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Killed a queen as well. He's starting to pick off drones now. And he sees the roaches starting to pop out. At home, we actually have him getting Blink, Immortals, and a DT Shrine. Like, Super is looking fantastic. Like, everything he's doing here is working out like a charm.
Yeah, I gotta say, he just seems to... Departure, we all know is good, but he doesn't seem to be the guy that you can actually send out to finish the job. That's something that takes a lot of pro gamers a long time to get used to.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to see him continue to mature this year. Definitely, his skills have already skyrocketed in Legacy of the Void. He's such a better player. Like, I can't even remember Departure games from 2015, but I certainly remember quite a few from this year. So he's on the right track, but Super's showing him maybe he's not ready yet. Do you have a 4 DT warp in here?
Oh my god.
No detection at the natural.
Nah, I think you just want to go for the layer here.
Oh, looks like he's just going to split
go for drones? Okay, well, you can do that too.
You can go for anything, I think, with the amount of damage he's already been putting on.
You're basically always right, no matter what you're doing. And so we have God, this is just going horribly, man.
Yeah, this is a lot of drones going down.
Now, I'm surprised he's sending the DTs to get closer with the other DTs. You normally want to have them spread out enough that, you know, Zerg's really hurting.
Yeah, maybe he was trying to escape or something. But whatever it is, we should see only units from Departure from here on out, I think. Like, he's going to have to go and see if he can get some counter damage done, because letting Super do anything he wants behind this when he's taken this much tech, kind of unacceptable.
I agree. Problem is, I think that Super should be prepared. I mean,
yeah,
he should just be able to absorb the Zerg army, and then Zerg never, ever, ever gets to 4th base, right?
I think that, you know, that's where the tension in this game is he needs to go across the map with his army. He needs to get something done because his 4th Nexus is on the way. We have double Robo producing. We still have harassment out. We've seen a lot of tech out of Super. He's spent a lot of units doing harassment.
Right.
So this is the one time where Departure can actually get this game back to even.
Yeah, if this attack doesn't work, I mean, the inevitable dilemma of the Zerg 4th base is going to come into play. But don't forget, I mean, he actually has, well, we already see the 4th base getting hit pretty hard. It should be clear then that Zerg's moving out. Can Super survive this attack? Let's see.
Well, his pylons are just a little bit late here. But it looks like we actually have this attack going up towards that 4th. There's a possibility that the 4th does go down. But if he saves a 4th or kills a bunch of these units, he should be fine.
Okay, he needs to get these sentries up there ASAP to try to lock in these units. Got to be careful.
Ooh,
damn.
Yeah, those were really nice. Very good Biles.
Again, though, the harass here,
man.
pretty nasty. 14 drones killed. Oh, my God. I just don't see this as something that is winnable, right?
That's why he continues to attack. Like, even though this does not look like there's 5 Immortals here, right? I think the Immortals win this alone.
You just, like, take the rest of the army out.
Yeah. So that's just about it. Departure definitely having, you know, a very tough night, but he's still young. He's still got time.
He still has the whole future ahead of him.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is 24 drones for Zerg.
Yeah, well, this is just like, he can GG whenever he likes. I don't. I don't know, Taste. He's making all roaches, and we have like 7 immortals out. Like,
yeah. By the way, guys, after this, we're gonna go to Trap. So definitely stay tuned for that. I think Trap for Super should be an exciting PvP. We'll see if